The swale that you see behind me next to the willow hedge was kind of a flop. I mean, the land here didn't really harvest so much rain. You know, there was not a lot of runoff that went to the swale, so like the ditch wasn't really filled with water at any point of the year, even when it rained super much. But let's transform this failed swale into a thriving raspberry bed. So let's go. Now, how we're gonna do this is that we're gonna take the rototiller that you see there, and we're gonna till the mound basically, and try to till it to the ditch so that they both get on the same level, so we have a nice flat bed. And I'm gonna try to avoid the bushes and trees that I have on the swale right now, because we're gonna keep those and see what's gonna happen with them later. But now they're so small, so it's gonna be perfect to have some raspberries there as well. It's very windy right now, so I'm gonna talk as little as I can. But as you can see, we have this mound and we have the ditch, so there's a big height difference. But we're gonna take the tiller, we're gonna take this, put it here so it becomes nice and balanced, and then we have a pretty wide stretch of soil. So we're gonna have one big swath of raspberry, and then on the sides I'm gonna mulch, just so we don't have a lot of grass and other weeds in our raspberry bed. But I mean, raspberry grows like a weed, so that's probably gonna be fine. Now let's fire that up. The reversing belt is too tight, so I'm gonna have to loosen it a bit. If I remember correctly, it's just we have to configure this a little bit. So I'll just push this in a bit, right? Yeah, makes it shorter. Okay, let's try that. But apart from that, we've got this nice, you know, bed right now. It's very wide, so maybe we're gonna fit 2 rows of raspberries. Let's continue. Well, that went incredibly good. It went fast and easy. I mean, compared to how many times I went back and forth on this willow hedge. Check that video out, by the way. Compared to this, I did so many back and forths. But bro, we are basically 80% of the way to the ground being flat. And here it's much better because these are more in the way, but these are probably gonna become something. I don't really know what this is. We got them from an old nursery that was laid down, so for some reason, I don't know why. But now I'm going to use the rake or something to try to even this out as much as I can, and it's gonna be lower than the grass around it, but that's just how it is. But I'm going to add material to this, you know, every year, so they're gonna grow better and stuff like that. Let's continue now. Man, I love using this rototiller, it's so much fun. I mean, you shouldn't till everything everywhere every year, but to start things, you know, to start new beds like this, it's perfect. Okay, now with the nutrients, I will start with some cow manure, and then I'm gonna put some horse manure with a little bit of sawdust in it. It's old now, so it's gonna be perfect. Maybe some straw. You can probably see that I have some straw in the background that I put, but it didn't really do what I wanted it to, so we're gonna wait for that until the end once I've planted, so I'm gonna cover it with straw. Or maybe I'm gonna use something else. And then I'm gonna end with a little bit of compost. Here we got some cow manure, so let's spread this out. I'm gonna go pretty heavy on this because I know that it's gonna be good. And I got a lot, so might as well use it. Round 2. Let's go. This manure is so much lighter than what it was when I got it. So it's much easier to just scoop it out right now. You should try to get some of it because it's such a, you know, great material to use. Because it's very hard to compost, you know, this volume. That's why it's great to have a farmer, a neighbor that does this. So thanks to him. Why am I walking away? One more wheelbarrow and then we don't have any more cow manure. I will probably add some more compost and some horse manure, because why not? I want to give them the best chance at thriving, so let's go. Here we have some horse manure, and this is much finer particles, and we're just gonna add a bit as we go. looks amazing. You can really see now how there's gonna be raspberries here and raspberries here. Kinda. Something like that. Ah, so beautiful. Okay, so now we are going to separate these, try to get them out of the ground, put them in the wheelbarrow, and then try to plant them basically. And they are very close together, but we're gonna see how this will go. Let's start. In my opinion, this is going absolutely amazing. I mean, it was hard to separate some of these because, you know, they are connected in the ground and are planted very, or not planted, but they have grown very close to each other. So we are not gonna be able to separate all of these, but we are making good progress here. So the plan is to have 2 rows. We have 1 row here and 1 row here. And then I'm gonna water with one of these irrigation pipes, like we have here. And then we're also going to build a trellis, you know, a plank and some string to, you know, keep it straight. Maybe some metal wire. And these trees, they're just random stuff, honestly, but they're gonna get watered as well, so that's a bonus. And this is gonna need a lot of water, I think. I mean, once this grows, it's gonna be a lot of plants, and we're gonna have to thin them out, of course, but still they do require a lot of water. So I hope that the roof will provide the water needed. But we're probably also gonna have to put a gutter on that side of the roof as well. Alright, so it's been a few days and I've had time to put in every single raspberry plant with my dad. And I must say that it's looking very, very nice. You know, they are settling in quite nicely, they are sprouting, you know, they're starting to become green. And I've also installed an irrigation pipe, the same as I put in my willow hedge actually. Now it isn't perfect for everything, you know, but it will get the job done. And it only covers 1 row, so I'm gonna have to switch it every time I want to water the rows, you know. So I'm probably gonna fix that in the future. But for now, it's gonna be perfect. And I will put something to cover the ground with, because you never want to have bare ground. You always want to cover it with something, which makes it harder for weeds to grow, for example. And I don't think that the raspberries will have any problem shooting through that, whatever it is. I mean, as long as it's not like a weed barrier or something, you know, a geotextile. But if it is made of organic materials, then it will have no problem. You know, the raspberry shoots are so strong. So, but let me show you how it looks right now. Right, so we have a lot of raspberry plants. We put them in a, you know, completely straight line, as you can see, almost completely straight. And we have the irrigation here, so it's dripping not super much. You can probably turn it up, but I don't want to destroy it. I don't even know what this is, honestly, but this one looks like it's growing pretty good, so that's great. But you know, they are very tightly spaced because I don't really have a lot of space. So I think that this is gonna become, I mean, if we don't prune these, then they will absolutely shoot, and this whole row will just be full of raspberry plants, just shoots everywhere. But we want to be able to walk through because it will be easier to pick that way. Because if these plants are gonna grow very tall, like if this plant, for example, will grow up here, you know, or something, then it will be pretty hard to harvest things in the middle, and I'm gonna have to tie them up. So I'm going to create, you know, so you can walk in between them. Now, if I did this without having a swale, you know, to work with, then I would just do 1 row, or at least space them out a little further, because you really want to be able to walk through, to be able to prune it and to pick all the raspberries. Hopefully all the, you know, tons of raspberries that we're gonna produce here. So yeah, I will show you how it goes in the future. You're gonna see how giant harvest I get. So subscribe for that. And also subscribe if this has inspired you in some way to just start gardening. Because my goal is to help as many people as I can to just start growing. And just grow more food and, you know, do it sustainably and get beautiful harvests. So that was it. I will see you soon. Goodbye.